Jack of all trades and master of all, the Sword and Shield has everything. Fast combos with high mobility, repositioning while attacking, charged attacks, special timed input buffs, aerial mayhem, perfect guarding encounters, iframe evading, using items with your weapon out, stunning monsters without losing sharpness, and much more. Once you pick this bad boy up, it'll be hard to put down. Hey guys, this is Gaijin Hunter and welcome to my guide on the Sword and Shield. It could seem daunting at first due to the sheer number of things you can do, but the SNS is quite easy to use, with a low skill floor and high skill ceiling. This weapon has a ton of combos that aren't strict at all, so you can pretty much freestyle your way through at the start and then optimize as you get more advanced. The lack of extra modes and mechanics is replaced by just a full suite of cool and interesting moves. The weapon has two main combo paths, the triangle button and the circle button, with various things you can do midway by pressing both the triangle and circle at the same time, or some input with the analog stick. Let's start with the basics. The triangle button is a 4-attack combo. First is a chop, then side slash, diagonal rising slash, and then finally a diagonal chop. You can move your hunter during the entire combo by using input on the left analog stick. I mean, talk about the king of repositioning, it's kinda crazy. You also have a slightly stronger 3-hit combo with the circle button, the lateral slash, return stroke, and then spinning rising slash. No repositioning with this one, but you do get a slightly wider range. You can literally swap from one combo path to the other at any time, and it'll just start from the first hit of that combo for that button. Triangle can get the advantage if you're using an elemental weapon since it hits once more than the circle combo, but honestly, both are great, so just freestyle it as you please. If you press forward on the analog stick when you press circle, you'll instead do a shield combo. This is a 3-attack combo with the shield attack, shield bash, and then the hard bash. This attack causes stun damage, so if you hit the head of a monster with it, it will exhaust and knock out the monsters after enough hits. This also doesn't use your sharpness at all, since this is your shield and the main sharpness is for your sword. Okay, now that we know about the 4-hit triangle combo, the 3-hit circle combo, and the 3-hit shield combo, now it's time to talk about triangle and circle at the same time, which you can consider a special attack that changes depending on when you press it. If you throw it in randomly during any combo, it'll do a round slash, but if you do it at the end of a combo path, you will get a very powerful and fast spinning reaper. Always try to use this when possible, it is amazing. If you hold triangle and circle at the same time during the combo, it'll do a charged chop, which is a powerful hit followed up by 3 smaller ones. And you guessed it, if you press this at the end of a full combo path, it will instead gain a glowing aura and do max damage with every hit. Since a spinning reaper is considered part of the official combo finisher, you can press triangle circle after a combo for the reaper, and then hold them down for a full powered charged chop. Before we move on, let's do a quick review. Triangle button does a 4-hit combo and you can move during it. Circle does a 3-hit combo move alone or press forward on the analog stick when you press circle to initiate a 3-hit shield combo. Anytime during these you can press triangle and circle to do a round slash or hold them down for a charged chop. But these two are really meant to be used as full combo finishers as they become much more powerful. Okay, now it's time to move on to the utility moves. From idle, press triangle and circle to do the advancing slash. This is also your draw attack if you just press triangle with your weapon put away. This is a nice gap closer with an elegant animation. You can do an advancing slash into or off an edge to do a jump. From there, you can press triangle or circle to do a standard jumping slash, which is quite useful to mount monsters, or triangle circle at the same time to do a plunging thrust from where you're at for multiple hits. The advancing slash can also be done into a climbable wall to go into a very high plunging thrust, or into a downward slope to initiate a slide. From a slide, press triangle if you want more distance, or press circle if you want more height. So a few combos that you can freestyle and a multi-purpose advancing slash. Not so bad, right? Well, let's move on to shield now. Hold R2 to guard. There are a few things you can do while guarding, so let's go through them one by one. While holding R2 to guard, your stamina will stop replenishing, but you'll be able to guard attacks. If you get hit at the start of the animation, it will be considered a perfect guard, meaning that you'll take no damage, and you can follow it up with the triangle button to do a counter slash. Normally the knockback is quite large compared to weapons with a big shield like the lance, but a perfect guard, it just ignores all that, so it is amazing. You can press circle while guarding to do a swift guard slash, and this thing is one of the most fun and broken things in the game. Because it's so fast and you're guarding during the entire time, you can just spam it if you feel you're about to get hit, and almost every time it will result in a perfect guard. You do need to be facing the attack, but this alone can be used to take down even the hardest of monsters. During a guard, you can press both triangle and circle at the same time to do a quick rising slash, which lets you chain into your normal attacks, but honestly this move is almost never used from what I gather, as the input is quite awkward and going for perfect guards is so much better. Pressing square during a guard will use the currently selected item. This is one of the unique perks of Sword and Shield, is being able to use items with your weapon drawn. Finally, press triangle during a guard to do a long sliding swipe. The selling point of this is that during the slide, it has one of the longest invincibility frames of the entire game, making it a very safe movement tool. And just like the advanced slash, since it projects you forward, it can be used in and off of ledges to throw you into the air with even more momentum and reach. At this point you might be feeling a little overloaded, but there's still a few more things you can do. During any combo, or from idle if you are in focus mode, pull backward on the analog stick in relation to your hunter and press circle to do a back step. This counts as an evade and does have some iframes to dodge through attacks if you time it right. You can release it right away and you'll rush back in to do an advancing slash. You can hold it, then release, and you'll do a charge slash into a scaling slash. While in the air, you can press circle to do a very high stunning shield bash, or triangle and circle for the plunging thrust. You could technically press triangle to do a jumping slash, but what a waste that would be. There are some ways to cancel out of the back step, but honestly, that kind of tech is not really needed, so I don't think it's worth covering. The main selling point of the back step outside of charging up for that jump attack is that if you press triangle during it, you will initiate the perfect rush combo attack. It doesn't matter if you held this all the way down to charge first or just immediately press triangle to go into it. This skill is a series of 4 attacks you do by pressing triangle, and if you time the inputs just right to the glow on your hunter, you'll do a lot more damage. At the end of the combo, you are flung into the air where you have your normal suite of aerial attacks to follow up with. And finally is the focus mode attack. Hold L2 to go into focus mode and simply press R1. This will do a move called the Vital Stab. This is faster than most weapons, and if you aim high, your hunter will do a little cute hop to try to reach the spot. You can also do this while airborne with your weapon out. If you connect with a white wound that isn't quite glowing red yet, you'll do extra hits unlike other weapons, so there's still a lot of meaning to using it even if you don't have a full weak spot yet. And if you hit a red spot, you'll latch onto the monster. From here you can press triangle to do a quick falling slash, or if you have a big window or you're near the head or on the head, you can press circle to do an upswing shield bash and then get thrown into the air where you have your normal suite of options yet again. And finally, and I think I may have forgotten this in my other dual blade guide, but you can press triangle and circle at the same time while riding on your sacred to do a special dismount attack. And that's a wrap. Since the Sword and Shield has so many things it can do, let me offer some personal advice on how to approach the weapon. Step 1 of learning Sword and Shield is to just focus on moving around the monster while keeping up a long string of attacks. Try to hit the combo ends for the triangle and the circle attacks so that you can press triangle and circle to do that spinning Reaper at the end. Try to be out of the way of attacks and just plow down the monsters. If you need to get out of the way safely, try using the triangle button while guarding to do that slide attack. Step 2 is once you get used to the timing more, try to work in the charge chop either instead of or after the spinning Reaper, so you can punish monsters when you have an opening. Step 3, and honestly this is where most of us will stop, is instead of sliding out of the way of an attack, hold R2 with good timing or just spam the guard slash before you get hit to aim for perfect guards. Not only will you be able to counter a lot of stuff, but it'll also initiate a clash if you do it several times. This will require a bit more knowledge of stamina, and skills like guard and guard up will help a lot, and indeed these come as natural skills on many of the mid to end game Sword and Shields. In the optional Step 4, which most don't even do, is engaging with the back step as an evade and perfect rush with well-timed inputs to really push the damage. The ways you can play this weapon are many, and all of them do great damage output, so just find what works for you and most importantly, which way you find the most fun. I personally like to play the weapon as a shield main, focusing on guard skills to reduce stamina loss, guard up to block normally unblockable attacks, offensive guard to get a huge attack boost after a perfect guard, and I just use the shield bash combo a lot and perfect guards. It's super fun. And that's that. I hope you try the weapon, and it really can do a lot, so try not to be overwhelmed at first and just know that you only need to engage the weapon as deeply as you want to. It plays great regardless of how many of the utility moves you actually utilize. Hope you guys enjoyed this weapon, and until next time, happy hunting.